Hello everyone and welcome to this 48-hour Bookoplathon. Is it Bookoplathon? Bookoplathon? I don't know. But 48 hours and yeah, I mean, it's not starting yet. I'm going to bed. But I thought, why don't we just talk about what I'm going to read tomorrow so we have that sorted out. I'll have like 4-ish hours to read before the next roll drop because I get up at like 8, maybe a little earlier. So we have 2 prompts and yeah, the first is a dark cover. I have decided to go with, I think I'm going with Please Come Off book because that is like the darkest cover. I think this is a poetry book if I'm not remembering wrong. So I don't know what that is about, but it has a dark cover. And then for the fantasy prompt, I'm going to finish Ruin and Rising. So I don't have too much left in this, but you know, I couldn't have read all this in that, or I could have, but then I needed to wake up earlier, and I'm not a night person at all. So that's the 2 books I will start with, so I'm curious to see what the other roll drops are all about. So hopefully I can squeeze in like a few of the books that I kind of have planned already. Like not planned for this, but planned for the month, because I have a lot left, so. And now I have, this one is on my TBR, but the, what did I say? Come Off book? It's not. But it is an arc I need to read, so it would have been on a TBR eventually. So that's the plan for tomorrow. So I will go to bed and I will update tomorrow when we are starting to read, and it's going to be great, hopefully. So it's morning and I have had one terrible night. So like all night or until like 4, I had like flu like symptoms. So I was awake. I woke up maybe like 1:30. No, 12:30. Then like 4 I got to sleep. So now the clock is 7:30 and I was supposed to read like when I woke up. Don't need to do that because I finished both my books in the night. So the first book I read was something, the Off book. I don't remember. This was an arc for Natskale, and I'm thinking of giving it 3 stars. I didn't fully vibe with it, you know, and I feel like that is a personal opinion. I still really enjoyed it, but I just didn't, you know, fully vibe with it. And then I finished Ruin and Rising, and I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I actually really enjoyed it, and yeah, I know that not everyone likes the ending. For me it was okay. I mean, the first like over half of the book is definitely like 4.5 stars, but like the ending is like putting it down a little, so 4 stars. So that was those 2 prompts. So I don't know, we have to wait for the next roll drop, which is at 12. So we have a lot of hours where I, don't have to read anything. I have to see how I'm feeling. I'm having a headache, so I will need to try and fix that. And then hopefully I will feel better throughout the day, and then feel better tomorrow after getting like a good night of sleep. Like, again, I can't wait to go to bed again. So that's not a good thing, but we'll just have to live with that. So I'm going to charge the battery, and I'm going to do my bullet journal, and then I'm going up. I'm going to take something for my headache, and then drink some coffee, eat some breakfast that I hopefully can keep down. So yes, I'm still in my PJs because I'm still not feeling 100%. I am a little better than I was this morning, and tonight we got new roll drops. So we have a POC rap and a contemporary. So I will still try to read 2 books. So for the contemporary, I think I want to read The Honeymooners. This should be quite a quick read. It's a reread, so I don't need to read it super slow to kind of understand what it's about. And then for POC rap, haven't decided yet. I might pick up a graphic novel or something really short like an audiobook. I don't know yet. I guess we will see. So I'm still in that sprint, so we have like 20-ish minutes left of the sprint, like the first sprint. So I'm going to see how far can I get in this before that one is done. And yeah, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go read because I'm stalling again. So let's see how much reading we can get done today. It's 1. I like almost slept through the second roll drop. I was just like, oh, I'm not that tired, I'm just going to close my eyes. And before I knew it, it was 1:05 when I woke up, and that was terrible. So let's wrap up day 1. It's like a little bit over 10, so I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I had a horrible night, as some of you may know or have heard. But let's wrap up what I have read. So the first book I read was Please Come Off book, and I give this 3 stars. The thing I haven't done yet is pick out a piece. So if you don't know, I have a TBR game, which I call Kingdom Builder TBR, and I will link like the video, my latest video, which is my April, I think, up in the cards. but we need a piece to go on the board for that one, because it's not on my TBR. Okay, so a blue piece. And the next one I read was Ruin and Rising, and I gave this 4 stars. I really liked it. And this one we have a piece for that is set in a fictional town or world, so that one is green. And then I finished The Unhoneymooners for a contemporary, and this is a reread, so I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I really love this book. So, I mean, I don't think I have talked about what any of these books are about, but yeah, I mean, this is the 3rd book in the Shadow Bone trilogy, so we are following Alina, don't remember her name, last name, Starkov, and basically in the 1st book, she finds out that she's a sun summoner, and basically she's taken away to be trained with other Grishas, which are basically these people with powers, and she's taken away to train, and she meets the Darkling, but he has some plans. So this is the 3rd book, the conclusion for this trilogy. Then we have a Please Come Off book. This is a poetry collection. I don't know how to explain this. He basically talks about how he kind of didn't know what it was in the beginning, and about theater, and yeah. And then we have The Unhoneymooners. It's about Olive, and basically her sister is the lucky one, and she has, when she's getting married, she got this free honeymoon. However, everyone in the party gets like food poisoning, except Olive and the brother of the groom, which Olive doesn't get along with. So basically they go on a honeymoon together and basically play to be their siblings. And I mean, it's romance, so you know what is going to happen. But yeah. And then I read The Empress of Salt and Fortune. Before we talk about that, The Unhoneymooners was for a forced proximity romance, because they are forced to go on a honeymoon together. So yeah, The Empress of Salt and Fortune. So I don't know what I'm going to say about this book. It's a story about the Empress, and I don't know what. I gave it 3 stars. I liked it. I mean, I listened to it in like an hour, so it's not that long. But I just needed something short, because I obviously can't read that much. So I guess we will see what I will be reading tomorrow, and then we will get like one. Then I need to fit 4 prompts in possibly like a few hours, just because in the morning I am going to Zoom with some people, and yeah, I might be done at like 12, so then there will be another roll drop. So not 12 but at 1, but yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see if we can finish all 4 books. Now the battery is flashing, so we are going to pick out the piece for this one and see. Okay, so a red one. So we are I'm going to leave it off here, go to bed, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, I still haven't charged my battery, so it's going to flash in just a few seconds. But we have gotten the new roll drops. So the first roll drop was first in a series, and I'm going to reread Every Heart a Doorway because it's short and I don't have that much time today, at least in the morning. So this is read for that, and then we have a chance card, and you're supposed to do like a number generator. But I have a wheel here, which I just find easier because so I have a few that I'm interested in and some that I'm not. So let's just see what we are reading. Okay, so I just read the first book. This is the second one. First one was Empress of Salt and Fortune. I read that yesterday. Now I'm going to read When the Tiger Came Down from the Mountain. So this should be interesting because that one is an hour as well. So now I'm going to go read and then we will update later. So, I have actually finished 2 books already. So, for the first book in a series, I decided to pick up Every Heart a Doorway. This is the first book in the Wayward Children's series. And these are basically books about like children that go into portal worlds like Narnia and Wonderland. And in this one we are following I don't remember, Nancy. And this one is set in our world. And basically they are at the Wayward Miss West's home for wayward children. So basically she takes care of people who have been to these portal worlds and kind of want to go back, but some of them might not never. So yeah, I give this 4 stars. I have read it before, then I give it 3. I like it better this time around, and I definitely want to continue on. And yeah, I definitely can't wait. The next one I think is about Jack and Jill, which is in this book, but I will see when I get to that. And then I finished for chance card. I finished When the Tiger Came Down the Mountain, and I gave this 3 stars. I have no idea how to explain these books. They are very like whimsical, like I don't know what I'm going to say about them. The 3 stars. I liked it. It was interesting enough. They're short. They are like 2.5 hours. So we got our 2 next prompts, the 2 last prompts. The clock is 1:30, so I still have some time to read. Hopefully I can finish 2 more books. So the first roller was set in the present, so set like now. I think I'm going to pick up Enjoy the View. I've been wanting to read this book for a long time. It's like 350 pages, 73 pages. So I think I'm going to read this. It's the 3rd book in the, what's the name again? Moose Springs. So I think I'm going to read this, and then we have like others. Other is a genre that you don't read much from, and I have 1 poetry book that I need to finish before the 23rd, so I should read that today. That one is a shorter one, so I think that's the plan for today. And after that we are officially done. I hope I can finish both of them, because this one will not fulfill the other prompt. So I'm going to go and read just so I can finish this book. So I'll talk when I have started this, and then we will talk about what it's about, because I try to go into them mostly blank. So let's wrap this up. So I finished 8 books in 2 days, which is amazing. So let's get over to books, and then I'll show you the pieces that was for that book and tell you what prompt it was for. So the first book I read was Please Come Off book, and I gave this 3 stars, and this one was for the dark cover prompt, and that is a red piece, if I'm not wrong. And then I read Ruin and Rising, and I gave these 4 stars, and it was for a fantasy. And this one also was, that one was green. Come Off book might actually have been blue. Not 100% sure, but yeah, 4 stars for this. And then I read The Unhoneymooners for a contemporary, and this is a reread. I gave it 5 stars, really enjoyed it. And this one was a red, and that one was a forced proximity romance. So, and then I read The Empress of Salt and Fortune, and I gave these 3 stars, and this one was for a POC wrap, and that one was that one red or blue? I don't remember. And then we get into the other books that I haven't picked out a piece for, so we will do that. Okay, so the first book I read was I Heard the Doorway, and this one was for a first in a series, and I gave this 4 stars. This one also was a reread, and I bumped it up a star, so I liked it much better this time around. So let's just pick out a piece for that one. So a blue one. And then I read When the Tiger Came Down the Mountain, and I gave this 3 stars, and well, it was for a chance card. And yeah, I liked it, but it wasn't like a new favorite. So let's pick out a piece for that one. So a yellow one. And then we got into the new roll drops. So for a set in the present, I decided to go with Enjoy the View, because this one was on my TBR for a book published within a year, and it was also my contemporary prompt. So I give this 4 stars. So basically in this one we are following River, and she is a former Hollywood star. And basically she starts to get close to 30, and basically to kind of take a comeback and yeah, just actually don't slip out of Hollywood. She decides to basically shoot this movie in Moose Springs. So this is the 3rd book in the Moose Springs series, and basically there she meets Easton. And Easton, he is asked to take them up this mountain called Mount Vale, and basically he needs to get them up and down in one piece. And it's a romance, and yeah, 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, contemporary prompt, so it was a yellow one. So really enjoyed this, and I don't know if there will be anything more in this series, but I hope. I like this one better than number 2, so if there is more in this series, I'll definitely continue on with it. And then for the other prompt, I decided to go with The Truth of You. So this is a poetry collection about like love and heartbreak and a lot of different things. I give it 4 stars. Really enjoyed it. I don't know what I'm going to talk about like for a poetry book. I got it off NetGalley and yeah, 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I think that if a poetry collection should get 5 stars for me, I must like 100% connect with it, and I almost like cry if it is sad or like make me feel something. So far I never gotten like a 5-star poetry book, but 4 stars. I still really enjoy this. And the piece for that one will be the blue one. Okay. So that was all the books that I have read for Bookoplathon, and it was a lot of fun, even though we started out pretty not rocky, but it wasn't the best start with being sick like the beginning, but we got through it. We got through 8 books. I am super pleased we got through like 8 different books, which is just crazy. And I mean, I had read a little bit of that one, but I did finish 2 like almost 400-page books in a weekend, which is crazy. I don't know how many pages I read, but I have read a lot, you know, on my tracker. Yesterday, on my tracker, I got up to like 675, and today I got up to 825. I don't know how accurate these are, but that's amazing. That's crazy to think of. But I'm going to bed, and we are going to talk tomorrow morning, where I talk about what I need to read. I still have so much to read, but that is it for this vlog. I hope you liked it, and I will see you next time for another video. Bye!